YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy D-Boy352 bringing you a Fortnite tips and tricks video today. Now today's video is going to be all about editing structures that you have built while playing Fortnite. Before we get into that though, I want to give a huge shout out to Phineas for winning my $25 gift card. So big congratulations to Phineas for winning. Look forward to somebody else winning in the future. Now onto the video. I've had a lot of friends and people that I play with, or even people message me on Twitter saying, they're not real comfortable with building. How can they get better and faster at building or even editing those building pieces that they've placed? So what I did is I went in to save the world and basically just made a basic 1x1 base with stairs. And I'm going to go through some of the different ways that you can edit them and also a couple different bases that you can actually build. And hopefully this helps you guys out. Now keep in mind, I am doing this in Save the World, so some of you guys may have never seen Save the World. The screen's going to look different, the controls are going to be different because they're not going to be Combat Pro, but the editing process is all basically the same. So the first thing I do when I build my base is I actually look towards the ground a little bit. That way the pieces all go right around me. Just spin in a circle and hold the right trigger. Hit right bumper twice, get my stairs, and then go back to the wall, spin in a circle, and throw up some more stairs. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to put a window in your wall. Basically, you just go up to it, hold B, and that's going to bring up the editing screen. You're going to have 9 blue blocks. All you have to do is go right to the center, hit right trigger, and then hit B, and that's going to give you a window. Now, when you're done or you want the wall to go back to normal, you just go back up to it, hold B, click in on the right stick, and then hit B, and that resets it. Now, what you just saw was 2 windows, and all you have to do for that is just hit the 2 outermost squares in the center row, and that's going to give you 2 windows. Now for a door, all you have to do is go to the middle column, hit the square that's in the middle and the square that's underneath, and that's going to make a door. You can also do this on the right side or the left side. Now to do a door and a window, all you do is do the right side or the left side, and then in the middle row, just take the square all the way on the other side, and that's going to give you a door and a window. Now for this next part, say you place a wall up on top of your base and you don't mean to. Instead of tearing it down, all you have to do is edit it. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring up your editing menu and take away these 3 squares. Okay, and you can do it on either side. You take away those 3 squares, and when you hit B, the wall is going to actually disappear because it can't sit on the wall that's up there, just on that one corner. Now for your wall itself, you can actually make it what I call a half wall and a small wall. So for a small wall, you take away the top 6 squares, and that's just going to leave the bottom 3 highlighted, and it's going to turn it into a small wall. Now to make a half wall, all you have to do is take away the top 3 squares, leaving the bottom 6 highlighted, and that's going to give you a half wall. Now the quickest way to do this is actually start on one end, hold down the right trigger, and then move the cursor while you're still holding the right trigger all the way to the other side. And that's going to actually take away all 3 of them or all 6 of them. Now this comes in very handy in Battle Royale because there's some parts where when you build your wall, your entire wall is not above ground. Some of it is actually underground, and you're not able to put a door in or anything like that to get in. So I'm going to show you a clip here of what it actually looks like in the game. So I come down here and I have to heal up. And as you see, the wall only has part of it above ground. So after I put my medkit on, I'm able to edit it and just make a half wall, and I can easily get in and out of there without a problem. So for this next part, I'm going to show you how to edit the floors. And for the most part, this isn't going to be used a whole lot in Battle Royale. The only time that's really going to be used is if you, put some kind of like ceiling on your base, or if you're trying to do like a sky base challenge or anything like that. So once you place all the floor tiles down around your base, you can actually edit them. And when you go into them, they're going to have 4 blue squares. And by selecting them, you're going to actually give yourself kind of like a railing with a view going down. And a lot of people do this when they do like the sky base challenges and stuff like that, because then they can actually see down. They don't have to worry about falling or anything like that. Now by taking away 2 squares, it's going to give you something that looks like this. And you can do this all the way around, or when you get done on your corners, you can actually just select 1 square and deselect 3 squares, and it's going to give you a nice curve to it. And you can do this all the way around your base. It makes it look nice. It's not really functional in Battle Royale because you don't need it, but it makes it look pretty cool. And some people may be like, oh, hey, this guy over here, he's a building master. Let's not mess with him. Let's go and try and find some scrub sitting in a bush. So next I'm going to show you how to do stairs. And stairs are kind of tricky at first and it's kind of confusing, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually very easy. It's just like a door or a wall, you can do it just as quick. So I'm going to show you how to do stairs, and I'm actually going to do it inside of a base so I can show you kind of like the difference if you get trapped underneath your stairs and stuff like that. Instead of it just being out in the open, I'm going to show you from within a base. So the first thing, I'm going to get underneath the base. I'm going to reset the stairs. Now on a stair, you have two boxes that have arrows in them. Okay, and those arrows point to which way the top of the stairs go. So right now the arrows are pointing behind me. Now these two blue boxes right in the center, if I click on the one closest to me and then the one farthest from me, that's going to change the direction of the stairs. And you see the arrows actually change with them as I highlight them. And that's going to change which way the stairs are facing. Now I'm sure some of you have gotten stuck underneath your stairs when the game is lagged or it's glitched and it didn't let you jump up when you built them. The easiest way to get out of this and get back on top is while you're underneath, bring up your editing screen and highlight the 3 blue squares farthest away from you. And that's going to make a one-sided staircase. And then when you get back up on top, hold B, click in on the right stick, and then hit B again, and that's going to give you a full set of stairs. And you can do this on either side. You can do this to jump down and go underneath, or you can do it to come back up. Doesn't matter. But instead of having to tear it down and try and get back up after rebuilding it, and you may lag again, this is the easiest way to do it. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do a winding staircase. And this isn't very practical for Battle Royale, but some people like to do it for climbing up the side of mountains. So what you do is you bring up your editing screen, you highlight the right 3 squares and basically carry it all the way over to the other end. And that's going to give you a winding staircase like this. And like I said, it's not very practical, but some people like to do it to get up the sides of mountains faster instead of having to build regular stairs and then having to go off to the side. I just like doing them regular. You can also make them by editing it and highlighting the left 3 squares and then carrying it around to the right side, and that's just going to make a winding staircase in the opposite direction. So now that we have the basics done, I'm going to show you how to build 2 of the more popular bases and that are actually pretty effective in Battle Royale mode. Now this first one actually uses a triangle, and nobody hardly ever uses a triangle, but it's actually a very good use for it. So you start off by building a basic base, and you build 4 sets of stairs on top of it. And you're going to actually edit your triangle. It's not showing it right now if the game was glitching, but when you edit your triangle, it's going to have 4 editable squares, just like the floor. And what you need to do is highlight 3 of those squares, and that's going to create a wedge. And then all you have to do is simply rotate it so it fits in that empty space. So once I actually get this working right, I'm going to show you how to build it. And I'm going to build a whole nother base, and I'm going to show you just how quick it is to actually get this base up. And these bases are great because you have no cracks that you can get shot from. You have great vantage over anybody else. You really only have to worry about people above you. Now, if you really want to kick this base up a notch, once you have the standard base built, you can build floors all around the top of it, and then put walls up, and then put your stairs, and then the wedge. That way the enemy has more layers to shoot through before they're going to shoot the stairs out from underneath your feet if you're standing on it. So now you see just how fast you're able to get this up, and just how much you can see. I've seen a lot of people use these bases effectively. Hopefully you guys can too after watching this video. This next base is actually really good if you're trying to snipe, and it's also very good to protect you from snipers. So you start off with your standard base, then you build floors all the way around the top of it. Now you have to forgive me because I didn't have my triangle reset when I did this, so it takes me a second, but once I get it reset, you'll see what I'm gonna do. You pretty much just put triangles all the way around the top. And being that this is a third-person shooter game, you do this so that you can utilize that right-hand peek that you have, because you can show less of your body and see more on the outside using the right-hand peek than you can on the left side. When you go to the left, a lot more of your body is exposed, and it actually makes it a lot bigger of a target for them to hit. Another thing to do that's great with this is actually put a floor down where your stairs are, and then you can put a launch pad for a quick escape if you need. But when you come up, you'll see right here how much of the right-hand peek you can actually utilize, because I can see a whole lot out there, and just the top part of my head is actually showing, and that makes it very easy to get kills utilizing this build. Now for the last thing I'm going to show you, it's going to be a different way that most of you probably haven't even thought about, and it's a way to use the triangle and actually make it useful. So when you have the triangle, you can actually hide inside of it to heal. You can trap enemies inside of it. You can put items inside of it. Say you don't have room to carry a chug jug. You can put a chug jug in there and put this on top, and nobody's even going to know it's there. All they're going to see is a triangle. You could put weapons in there or anything like that. The great thing about this is, say you're inside your healing. To get out, you don't have to break it. All you have to do is edit it, take away one square, and it's going to give you a big opening. And say you're inside healing, an enemy comes up and starts breaking it. All you have to do is edit it on the opposite side, and then you're able to get away, and you can build in between you two. That way you can create a little bit of distance and hopefully get the jump on them. The same thing goes if you down an enemy. You don't have to kill him right away. You can put a triangle on top of him. Then you don't have to worry about his team being able to build around him and revive him real quick, because now they have to break your building, giving you an opportunity to get in there and kill whoever's trying to get him. So I hope you guys found this video useful. Hopefully it's going to help you guys out a lot and help you be able to edit your buildings a lot quicker. If you liked the video or if you learned anything, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it with all your friends. That's all I got for this one, so until next time, D-Boy out.